Alrighty, guys, we're good to go pretty much here in 1 minute. Both guys just waiting to ready up and give him the word. Alrighty, so another highly anticipated race, Truman versus WeirdWaldo42. Both incredible runners, and it almost feels redundant to say that Truman's amazing. Second 122 in 96 exits. Probably one of the most highly accomplished speedrunners in SMW, along with everybody else who's amazing, of course. But yeah, Truman is a bit of a god at SMW. Waldo, on the other hand, he just blows my mind with how good he is at this game, considering he has a family, he doesn't have time that often really to practice SMW, yet he manages to be amazing. I think we have a very exciting race coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah,
we're off. I'm really excited. Yes,
And
League of Legends streamer, that's what he.
Shrooms and Waldo both put up 34s in their first round, so we're probably in store for a really, really close race here.
I agree, and Waldo had been saying to me in a private message as well that he had been hammering out some pretty good runs, and he was on 33:45 pace, and he died in Valley of Bowser somewhere. So that would be a PB as well. Pretty dang good to be on 33 pace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, thanks to both runners as well for being or for getting this all set up, considering what happened as well. Do appreciate it. And no problems with Yoshi's Island 3 for my nerves don't seem to be an issue right now. Both look like they're playing comfortably. Though I guess we won't really get to see for sure until we're out of World 1.
True. Truman does seem to look pretty calm on his cam though as well.
I agree, seems to be having a good time. And had to refresh there, sorry about that.
As we saw in the last race, Calco not going for cape. We can be certain that both of these runners will be picking up a cape in DP1 and hopefully not losing it.
Yep, definitely. And there's 40 seconds between these guys' PBs. But as I mentioned earlier, Waldo is by far capable of getting a 33. His run counter is pretty high. He's done quite a few attempts, but hasn't had very many finished runs recently. And it was only recently that he really started doing well in this category, learning all those crazy strats, and was also the first person to get sandbar in the tournament. And if he had died getting it, he probably would have lost his race. So absolute madman.
And nothing but props and admiration for going for sandbar in any situation, but to potentially have it, cost you the race and still going for it and succeeding is exceptional feat for sure.
And that's the thing, it wasn't even an oversight. He said, yeah, I realized that was pretty silly. I could have lost, but I just wanted it so bad. He got it, and he got the cycle skip from it as well. So it wasn't in vain.
That's just awesome.
Okay, so as we'd expect, it's pretty much tied. Just going out of World 1. And, we just got a donation there. Just bear with me. $15 from... Ooh, please, I do apologize if I pronounce this incorrectly. I've been unsure of the pronunciation. But, Made walk card. So sorry, I did not want to pronounce that. I just thought I would get it wrong. But we'll get the donation up here in just a second. Yeah, WeirdWaldo42 donated $15. I don't think leaving a comment, but it is massively appreciated. I mean, it's very, very generous. Goes to a very good cause as well. Also somebody I've done races with, so cool guy. I normally just call him Walk.
It's probably the easiest easiest nickname.
Yep. Also, sorry to distract from the race there. Both having decent dark rooms, as you would imagine.
That's what this the tournament's for, is for EFT, so.
Absolutely. And it is actually quite sad. Anytime I look at the obituary, it becomes quite real. It is quite upsetting, obviously, as you would expect. Very close friend of pretty much everyone in the community. Helped out everybody. Never had a bad thing to say. And was a massive, massive help for us during the last tournament as well. Did some late ones.
Yeah, it looks like I just noticed that Truman's timer is about 5 streams about 5 seconds ahead of WeirdWaldo, so there really is no gap essentially at this point.
Yeah, it's sort of unsurprising that it's close at this point. There isn't like loads going on at the moment, but once we get into Castle 2 and beyond, it sort of starts getting interesting. You, welcome, Mrs. Waldo. Yes, so DP3 and DP4, whenever you've got Cape, are pretty free. Unlike the Calico experience, where DP3 is a legitimately awful level to do well.
Yep, couldn't agree more. And as awful as it is, it's beautiful to watch him just sail through it like it's, you know, no trouble at all.
Yeah, Joe. Every race is decided by Dirty Bubble.
I'm saved, Dirty Bubble.
Yeah. Yeah, about 2 seconds in it. Maybe 3. I think Castle 2 is pretty much the first big interesting thing that happens. It's not super demanding, but there are like a couple of things that can go wrong that'll end up losing you like 10 seconds at a piece. And of course, doing that spring at the top can be risky.
And Castle 2 and then going into VS1, it's like kind of the first 3 levels where there could potentially be problems, and then you go right back into flyovers.
Ooh, and just as I was mentioning there, spring is tricky, so thankfully Truman saves it. I think... Are we pretty close to tied here? Oh no, Truman still is in the lead, I think. Get to see in a moment here.
I think, yeah, Truman lead, but Waldo saved about 2 in-game seconds there with his spring at the end, so it's gonna be even, I think, at the end when we come out of Castle 2 here.
Yeah, so it cuts that 3-second lead of Truman's down to 1 second. Very nice. I mean, as we were mentioning earlier with the race between TM and Mosley, this could be one of these races that comes down to a couple of the more difficult strats that save a couple of seconds. At least in my stream, they're synced absolutely perfectly. Oh, Truman Waldo having a slight issue at the start of Vanilla 1. Oh, and Truman not getting up there. Having a bit of an issue trying to save this, but I imagine he'll be fine shortly. Gets it though.
Yeah, and Waldo having no problem there. So Waldo not only closing the gap, but ultimately taking a bit of a lead there.
Oh, Waldo having a couple of issues with Vanilla Secret 1. Thankfully, he does save it though. It's kind of scary a couple of times.
Nicely saved by Waldo there.
So Waldo definitely ahead at this point, only by a couple of seconds. Can't imagine it'll be too significant in the grand scheme of things, although it could be if the rest of the runs go perfectly. And we're at this part of the run where it's very, very difficult to find things to say, but we've got 2 flyovers, then we've got a water castle, and an auto-scroller after that.
Much easier to commentate over these few levels when you have a Calco going, because his strats are...
Waldo's meme game is too strong.
There's really no potential for danger on these levels.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of people come down, but again, it's very, very unlikely. Also, fun fact, guys, I've heard that WeirdWaldo puts more time looking at memes and finding the correct memes for races in practice. It's so cheesy, but I still laugh.
Alright, so a bunch of swimming here, and their way to Reznor.
Fun. Again, even though this level doesn't seem super interesting, I'm actually quite a fan of it. It's sort of fun, the swimming physics in this game. A couple of Mario games, it's very, very finicky, but if you hold down while swimming, you actually have quite a lot of control. And in this level as well, there are a couple of small time saves that you can go for.
And there's definitely a couple spots where it's easy to make a little input mistake and get clipped by a fisher.
Yeah, that last fish on both screen 1 and screen 2 can be tricky. And especially if you're trying to be optimal and then get greedy and get hit, sometimes it'll make you feel bad.
It's from both runners.
224 for both, very nice. Yeah, Mrs. Waldo, I was actually just about to mention that. He had said the last time that you guys spent like 2 hours looking at me just before his race. Pretty funny. Again, obviously his priorities are correct. Gotta get the meme game sorted, then do some practice.
The memes is real.
Major mimage as always. Waldo playing keepy ups with the shell, although lets it go. And inevitably that has been the downfall. A couple of runners, they've just been doing swag and then it ends up caught. I know this too well, unfortunately.
Likewise, I think we all do.
But as it stands, there's basically nothing in this. Waldo ahead by 5 seconds. Both runners have their cape, their fire flower, so they do have the same time save potential. But that's what we want to see. We want to see close races. We don't want to see one guy like 10 minutes ahead. Not that would never be the case though in this race.
But I mean, between most runners, and especially a race that's going to be as close as this, 5 seconds at this point in the race with all of the potential for up ahead and stuff is really 5 seconds is negligible between these two at this current point in time.
Yeah, definitely at this point, it's not really that significant. Though it is interesting considering what happened on our first race this evening. Wow, I'm still recovering from that race. It was pretty shocking, just a couple of things. I don't mean in a bad way, just surprising things happened. It was a good race.
Yeah, it was. Definitely one of the closer races of the tournament for sure. I mean, only some separation going into dark room.
Yeah, I think there was about a 3-second difference in dark room, and had both had a decent fight, probably would have been the closest race. It might even still be the closest race. 20 seconds. I can't remember any race coming within that. I can check that later, but it's also interesting seeing Truman play so well, considering there was no indication of playing SMW before this. Though that pretty much is based on the fact that he's just an absolute god at this game.
Yeah, Truman being Truman.
Again, it feels sort of redundant saying that. Everybody knows that Truman is amazing. Okay, nice room 1. Waldo saying no to safe strats. Also Truman. Truman has similar success. Wow. Very nice room 2. Waldo getting the Fireflower to start it here. Both going for that, which makes a lot of sense. I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. That was absolutely beautiful.
I have Dorf for Waldo and just barely missing 255. Truman with the 254. That was exceptional. Ludwig castles from both of them.
Oh, apologies, I'm slightly ahead. That can sometimes happen, but I'll take that into account. Alrighty, so this is probably going to be the first world that we're going to see a divergence in time. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully both runners getting FOI 2 and Castle 5, no problem. Yeah, I can't argue with that meme game. It's pretty strong. You, Louis. Welcome. I can't remember, Joe. I should know that. I'll maybe get back to you on that. Yep. I was pretty sure it was all castles. Also, I'd never mentioned this previously. I should have mentioned, but I decided that if both runners, not for this match, but for any match, if both runners get the same time in seconds, it should be a rematch. So it was like, I don't know, 33:33.2 versus 33:33.5. That's a rematch. I guess anywhere within half a second.
Alright, so we'll see Waldo clip here. Going for left clip.
Ooh,
Oh, he
that
gets
was
bounced out.
I mean, he got that left clip, but gets kicked out.
In first shot, and Waldo successfully getting on his third attempt. That was only, I think that was the second cycle right side, so still.
Third cycle.
Was it third cycle? Okay.
Yeah. The Yoshi dropped to the ground in the second cycle, unfortunately. So thankfully not getting unlucky there. Oh, it's because Stan didn't have a local recording? Ooh. again, just ignore that. I mean, I never really have that as a rule. Sometimes people would offer it as a sort of courtesy rematch, but it's up to the runners, obviously. Just another flyover level, both getting that thing. The thing that shall not be named.
And even with the struggles from Waldo with his clips there, he's still, it looks like he's only 10 seconds behind Truman at this point, so very, very close.
Truman entering Castle 5 at exactly 20 minutes, so we'll get to see what the difference is. Well.
Oh, and Truman getting a Potopo.
Yeah, the surprise in his webcam probably warranted there. Yeah,
Dude.
please, White, if you're watching Truman's stream, don't be at that. Do you think that's funny as well? Yo, but very nice for Waldo, I have to say. It's good, and I'm interested to see if he's... Actually, you know what? I was about to say we might see a dramatic strats, but Waldo is known to be the madman. He never slows down. He was the first person to get sandbar clip in his run, and could have cost him his race. But Truman having a really, really good Castle 5 there, second try. Very good. And again, it's interesting, like it's a pretty big time loss, but there isn't that much in it, considering, you know, obviously what just happened. Waldo will be attempting pipe fly, we'll get to see if he is successful.
Good.
Gets it though, very nice. Yeah, Waldo and John Cena are basically the same thing. That said, I'm not big on my John Cena meme game, so I don't know if that makes any sense.
Truman looked like he had a nice setup for pipe fly there as well. Yep, no problem.
Unsurprisingly, the master at work. Now, one thing to consider is the fact that Waldo has a Fireflower as his backup. Both actually have Fireflower as their backup, so it's going to be pretty interesting if either runner loses or cape. Neither going for that Nella Smug unit cape.
It almost looked like Waldo, like he was getting close to jumping a little too late there for that boot chain skip, but pulled it off, no problem.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I kind of braced myself for a moment.
For the ghost house, WeirdWaldo is actually out to keyhole.
Almost with the 270. 270's tricky enough to get, I guess. Gets the second best thing. Interesting strats from Waldo. They do look pretty consistent though. Normally most people just go for the Steven strat, but yeah, looking pretty good.
Oh, I was gonna say the same. Definitely look consistent.
Like I said, I don't think I've seen that before. I don't know if that's Waldo exclusive. I don't know. Or whether it's something I should just know about. That's Steven Strat looking very, or not. Sorry, I was reading. That's Steven Strat normally the preferred option. And yes, Waldo is looking pretty dang solid right now, but I'll just be quiet about that.
Shroom's not getting peak speed in the beginning there, but
Exclusive. Yeah, my choice of words are always a bit strange, bear with me. The good thing, however, is it looks like Truman's having a good time regardless.
so as Shrooms makes his way through room, if Waldo manages to pull off, oh, it looked like he opted to not go
I don't think
for
he
it.
had great flight speed there, so probably just saying, you know what, never mind. I'll take a pass there.
Definitely what it looked like.
Yeah, absolutely, White. Like, it's nowhere even close to being over. It would be naive to suggest otherwise. Even though Waldo has a decent lead, that can, you know, change. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I probably spoiled there, but that was pretty close to getting hit there, honestly.
Oh. That was scary. That was a nice little double jump he did at the end there to avoid that little Sparky.
Lil Sparky. GG's to Waldo. That fight was handled quite well. Does look like Truman's having a couple of issues. Looks very shocked at his webcam.
No, what happened there with Truman? It just looked like he forgot to jump. He just ran straight head first into that final saw there.
No, no fits. And even though that cycle skip looked close for Truman, it's reasonably comfortable. Hopefully Truman will be able to keep his mushroom coming out of this fight in order to grab the cape in the next level. Looks like he's going to, though. That'll be a bit of a relief.
And Waldo picking up that secondary cape there, losing about a handful of frames. Well worth it.
You gotta. Definitely. Basically free. Literally free. That's normally what people say, I guess. People love calling really, really difficult strats literally free. The best.
Can't quite make out Waldo's splits. I have my screens minimized, but it looks like he's just his PB pace right now.
Yeah, I know that he can definitely get a 33 from this point. I think he had said that his Valley of Bowser split was suboptimal. Words are hard. English stuff. But yeah, he's having a very good run right now. Literally free. Sorry about that, until he just hurt my super throat there from doing about 10 commentaries a week. Creepy orb. Yeah,
The one ring skip there. I didn't see if Waldo got double despawn or not.
Oh, true, or People, Waldo losing his speed just at the end there. And interestingly enough, he decided not to damage boost through that second last mole, which is risky. Though, I do have to say, shout out to Waldo for attempting the most important swag of the game. He attempts to get parade, but doesn't quite make it. Oh yeah, orb.
A Truman orb.
Actually, your orb game is better than mine. GG.
My orb game with every time I practice SMW as well.
Oh my word. Is he gonna go for it again? Even though I'm an advocate of swag, I would recommend not, but I'm gonna say he will attempt it.
Oh!
And the madman strikes again, he gets in.
Tickle skip.
I mean, what the heck, dude? What the heck, dude? What a champion, just as Casey says. Absolutely perfectly. You can't get much better than that. If Louis calling you a god, you know you've done something right. Oh my word.
Unbelievable. Knowing that could full well make him potentially lose his lead, and potentially the race still goes for it, and...
Yeah, crazy dude. What the heck? Wow. We might see an attempt? Wow. Oh, but unfortunately, doesn't get the P-speed there. Wow, double sandbar, huh? I have to say, I'm pretty hyped for Waldo right now. Regardless of what happens, that was amazing.
Absolutely, that's just absolute insanity. Like a skip.
Ooh. What is Waldo doing? He's so mad. He's such a madman. That's it. That is so good. I don't have words. I struggle with words as it is. Oh wow. Yeah, dude. Wow, that was amazing.
Called it pretty much from the beginning that, you know, he's a madman. No matter what the situation, he's going to be going for all the strats, and he certainly is.
Yeah. It was a curious decision, Stan. I was wondering that. I don't know whether he was playing that safe or whether he just deviated from his normal strat and kind of pulled out. But regardless of the interesting decision, I think massive shoutouts. Waldo always makes some pretty interesting decisions during his race, but I mean, that's sandbar hype. Maybe Waldo's just playing the mental game of, okay, I'm just gonna scare my next race opponent so much. Well, considering you lost Cape there, that actually went... To lose Cape, also make the hit, and have a Mecha Koopa, pretty much couldn't went any better.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, there's really ultimately no time lost there.
Yeah, pretty much just giving that Cape back to Bowser. Decides to take the pity shroom though. First safe strat we've seen. Okay, it was a bit slow on the ball skip, but should still make it. I don't see why not. Gets the ball skip. It's not worth it. I mean, Waldo always puts on a good show, but this has been pretty dang interesting. Ooh. It's that last hit, but no, or that hit the last hit, but no problem. Pulls out of that cave kill. but that's GG. 34-10. What a madman. Absolutely incredible. Go ahead, my dude.
Just still a little bit in shock about, you know, that sandbar clip and the ice water in his veins to go for that and just no issues whatsoever. And another great tight race. I mean, as we expected, these races tonight were all going to be close, but every race going into Bowser, you know, ending on both players and Bowser, just really, really solid races all around tonight.
That's a 34-10 versus a 35-13. Also, I did sort of spoil that time for Truman. I just saw it was accidental. I just saw it come up in SRL. But Waldo taking down the man himself, Truman. Absolute god. Oh. Okay, let me just check one thing quite quickly. Yeah, I think that's maybe the 4th best time in the tournament. For quite a while, Waldo had the best tournament time, maybe for about a week and a half. And joining us, yo, Waldo.
What is up?
I don't know, what is up?
Man.
You tell us. That was incredible.
That was the best run I've ever done. 0.4 second PB.
Wait, what is it? Oh, did you? This was a PB?
0.4 seconds, but still a PB.
Whoa, I didn't
Absolutely,
realize.
man. GG's on the PB.
I had read the splits wrong. I read them kind of because I'm an idiot. But that's incredible. Wow. I mean, neither of us really know what to say. It was just such an exciting race. And again, we mentioned earlier that sorry, I'm gonna stop. I'm so tired. You just talk. This is your time.
I'm the tired one. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Oh, did you going
run,
into VOB 2? Did you know pretty much the whole time that you were going to go for sandbar regardless, or was that because you knew you could potentially PB? Or
you guys something? Our run, we made a deal that both of us were going to go for sandbar, no matter how far ahead or behind we were.
Wow, that makes sense. Wow.
We wanted to make sure. We figured if both of us went for it, at least one of us would get it. I heard he got it, but didn't get the cycle skip.
I believe that's what happened. Honestly.
He got sandbar, but wasn't able to save time with it. And it's good that he pulled out, otherwise he probably would have died.
Watching and kind of giving me updates on where he was. I feel bad that it came down. What was it, Royfly, that he died?
Yeah. But he was only like 30 seconds behind you. You still gained time against him in other places. I believe that fort, I was clenching so hard. It was really, really incredible. Just an awesome experience.
This is the first time I've ever kept P-speed the whole way through. In practice,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the first time in a run I've ever done it.
And also shout out to Mrs. Waldo. Is Mrs. Waldo watching in the other room, or was she getting to see it firsthand?
Thing behind me, he saw me get sandbar about 15 seconds before everyone else did. She's also watching the restream so that she could give me updates on where Truman was.
That's pretty good. That makes a lot of sense if someone can relay that to you. It takes away the pressure of you watching them. Also gives you the information that you need.
Doesn't help that I don't have a smartphone anymore, so if I want to watch, I have to do it on a computer, which would lag it like crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I prefer someone just tell me as well. That's what I try to get someone to do. Hey, Mrs. Waldo again. So does Truman want to join us, or are you okay?
I wasn't talking to him. I already left the race chat because I didn't want to accidentally rejoin the race.
No problem. I'll ask. Yeah, so I think your next match is already decided. I think you'll be versus TNT. I'll just double check that so that I know I'm not getting that wrong. But I think you play TNT, right?
That's what it said before the race.
Then that should be correct, then yeah. Yep, it'll be you versus TNT. I mean, you have a seed of 19. Obviously, if you actually had the time that you had now, you'd be top 10. You'd be above me for sure. Putting my runs to shame, but yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be close between you and TNT. But I would be concerned, to say the least. You're an amazing player, and considering just how much you do in real life as well, it's incredible that you manage to play so well and have commitments. So, congratulations.
It is pretty hard with the kids. And then I found out, like, what I was going to do. I was going to do, like, a 5-hour practice stream last night of just back to back to back, no reset runs. I was leaving work yesterday that I had to be there at 6 a.m. this morning. And so streaming until midnight or 1 were immediately kiboshed because I drive, so it's not like I can just go in with no sleep. I need to be alert when I'm working. And then I got off work today, and I was just I'm so exhausted right now. As soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go to bed. But because I've been up since 5 a.m. My hope was just to put on a good show. I honestly wasn't thinking that I would win just because of how tired I am.
Yeah, I didn't actually get an opportunity to mention that earlier, but whenever you messaged me earlier, and actually maybe I did say this, but you messaged me earlier and you said, "Oh, I'm really, really fit." I was thinking, that is an issue. Playing whenever you're tired is, yeah, it puts you at a major disadvantage.
Yeah, the fatigue definitely did not show through in your gameplay, though. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Very glad, because I was worried that it would. I'm going on, I got about 5 hours of sleep last night, and I've been up since 5 a.m. So that's for people who aren't in my time zone, it's 11 p.m. hours ago that I woke up, and I worked a full 12-hour day. So
yeah, I was just about to mention there, like, that stretch is hard enough for me, but considering your work involves driving and actually, well, I think I know what you do, but you do like deliveries and you'll be picking up stuff and actually doing a hard day's
deliveries
work.
And it's like chips or something small. It's juice, so juice is kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Which, if he's still here, shout outs to my boss. He was watching the race, and he texted me as soon as it was over, so I know he was watching.
Shout outs to WeirdWaldo42.
I'm not sure if he's still here. He probably went to bed, but he did text me when it was over.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. Well, obviously you're in winners round 4, which actually, let me just make sure that I'm correct about this, because this is technically you going into the quarterfinals. That's pretty good. You said at the start of this tournament that you were a bit disappointed with last tournament just based on your lack of time in order to dedicate to it, but definitely done amazingly here. And you have a very, very good chance of getting into the semi-finals, if not the final.
There's no way I'm beating Louis. I would need to get like a 33. I was hoping that I'd get a 33 this one.
Louis amazing, but he's not invulnerable, especially against someone like you who just pulls out all the strats, decides that you're never going to slow down for anybody. So I think you're underselling yourself.
Tournament runs were a 33.45 and a 33.52.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I mean, Louis, like you say, is an absolute god. Amazing. I think Truman's just going to take a pass on this. Truman will be going up against, let me see, 53. Truman's going to be playing the winner of Danky Crying versus Berlin, so we're both getting to see what's coming up against us potentially, though I will not be seeing Rupert. Though you versus Berlin, that's very, very, very close.
I'm looking forward to that race, actually.
Yeah, you both got sort of, well, I suppose Furlong's last race was pretty close to yours. Oh, actually within 10 seconds, so yeah. Alrighty, guys.
Tom and I are both definitely capable of playing better than we have so far. So hopefully
Yeah,
we'll
you're
bring our
both-
A game.
You're both really good players. Yeah. So, well, I mean, feel free to work away. I'm sort of just rambling because I'm really tired.
I was
This
about
is
to
your
say, I'm gonna go hit the hay. I gotta take the dog out and I'm going to bed. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody. Thanks for the restream. Hopefully I put on a show for everybody.
Yeah, dude, thanks for the performance. Absolutely amazing.
GG's on the win, man. Get some sleep. You earned it.
Yes, congratulations. I'm really, really happy for your win. Alrighty, take care, my dude. And we do have another race tonight. So for a lot of people, well, actually, it's pretty close for me now. But at 1 a.m. EST, we have Agathor versus Smartball, and that will be coming up quite soon, which should mean I'm needing to get to bed ASAP. And yeah, just massive thanks again to Danky for the commentary. Of course, Jackson did commentary earlier, which is amazing, and Def for the constant restreaming. Organized the bot, organizes so much for this tournament, and I'm not even saying this, it would literally be impossible without Def. I promise you guys that it wouldn't be happening without all the hard work that Def's putting in. So, yeah, I know that I'd never be able to thank Def. Yeah, I think that's it. You anything else?
Thanks to you, Ben. It's always fun and
Thanks for
easy and
putting
a
up
pleasure
with me.
commentating with you, man.
Yeah, cheers. I don't really feel like tonight was my A game. Thanks for making it a bit easier. But yeah. Take care, guys. We'll see you for the next one. If you're
Everybody.
still with us.
See y'all next time.
Until next time.